Welcome to this guide dedicated to the TOEFL Speaking Question 2. For this question, you'll be reading a campus announcement and listening to a conversation between two students discussing it. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more helpful TOEFL tips and strategies. In this video, we'll walk you through a step-by-step process for answering Speaking Question 2. We'll begin with understanding the task itself and what you need to do. Then, we'll break down a useful strategy to tackle the question. Finally, you'll also learn some key tips to boost your score. Let's dive in. First, let's take a look at what Question 2 is all about. In TOEFL Speaking Question 2, you will have 50 seconds to read a short campus-related announcement. This could be about a policy change, an event, or a decision. As you read, focus on understanding, for example, what is changing or being proposed. Then, you'll listen to a conversation between two students who will share their opinions about the announcement. Your job is to summarize both the announcement and the students' opinions in 60 seconds. In the conversation, one speaker typically has a strong opinion on the topic, and the question will usually focus on their perspective. Now, let's talk about the strategy for answering. The first step is to read the announcement. You've got 50 seconds, so speed is key. Start by identifying the main idea. What is changing or what's being proposed? Next, look for reasons. Typically, the announcement will offer two reasons for the decision, so make sure to note them down. Since the passage stays on the screen, you don't need to waste time taking detailed notes. Instead, your goal is to quickly identify the key points so you can structure your response effectively. Now, before the conversation even starts, try to predict what's coming. The speaker in the conversation will either support or oppose the change mentioned in the passage. And how will they do that? By discussing those same two reasons, either agreeing with them or explaining why they don't make sense. Once you've quickly reviewed the announcement in a reading passage, your job is to focus on the next part, listening carefully to the conversation. Take quick notes on their opinions and the reasons they give. The student will usually give two arguments supporting their stance. Also, pay attention to their tone. Are they excited, frustrated, or neutral? This can give you extra clues about how strongly they feel about the topic. In a nutshell, your job is to keep your focus on the main purpose of the announcement and the reasons mentioned, as well as the student's comments and reactions to those points. Let's look at an example. Imagine the announcement is about library hours being extended until midnight. In the conversation, one student expresses a strong disagreement about these changes. And their reasons might be that, one, group study sessions might turn out to be too noisy for a library where they might be disturbing students studying individually, and two, late hours are inconvenient for students with early morning classes. This is what your notes might look like. Now let's move on to useful suggestion for structuring your response. This is where you'll put everything together in a clear, organized answer. You have 60 seconds, so timing is crucial. Here's a simple template to follow. Firstly, start by introducing the announcement. Briefly mention the student's opinion. Then, explain the first reason and explanations they give. Follow up with the second reason and supporting details for it. And finally, wrap it up by summarizing the student's overall stance. And that's it. With this structure, you'll stay on track and provide a well-organized response. So, using this template, this is what your response may look like. The university has announced that library hours will be extended until midnight, stating that this change will provide more study time for students and accommodate those with evening classes. In the conversation, the student disagrees with this decision. First, the student believes that group study sessions might become too noisy during late hours. They explain that the noise could disturb students who are trying to study individually in a quiet environment. Second, they argue that late hours are inconvenient for students with early morning classes. They mention that staying up late at the library would make it difficult for them to get enough rest before their early classes. Overall, the student opposes the university's decision due to these reasons. Finally, let's go over some tips for achieving a high score. First, use linking words to help connect your ideas clearly, like first, second, this way, in addition, moreover, and therefore. This helps your answer flow smoothly. Second, remember to speak clearly and naturally. Avoid rushing through your answer. Focus on pronunciation and fluency. Also, instead of memorizing, try paraphrasing the information in your own words. This will help you sound more natural. And of course, practice answering within the 60-second time to make sure your response fits. With practice, and by following this structured approach, you can master TOEFL Speaking Question 2. Keep your answers clear, structured, and fluent, and you'll be on your way to achieving the best results. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more TOEFL tips and tricks. Thank you for watching. Good luck and happy studying.